Welcome to this short video in the 5 Minutes of Supervision series. My name is Matthew Links and I'm the Discipline Lead in Medicine at Bond University. I'm speaking to you from the land of the Kombumerri people on the Gold Coast. Today I want to talk about building the team. It's not practical to do all the teaching yourself, and it's not good practice either. Support for our learners to learn from the clinical environment is where the value is for them and for us. So in this brief talk, I'll give you some tips on how to do this. A good place to start is with our understanding of how learning occurs in practice, and a major division is between individual learning theories and social learning theories. We're used to thinking of learning as book learning, where the action takes place in our heads. But learning in practice, however, is much more social type of learning, and hence we need to pay attention to this. More recently, networked theories of learning have included interactions with both humans and non-human artifacts, like your mobile phone, and this has implications for how we supervise. Some of the relevant relationships for social learning include peers, supervisor, other team members, both medical and non-medical, as well as more abstract relationships like those with a profession or an educational provider, university or college, for example. When you think about the relevant non-human parts of the network, you can think about learning resources and clinical practice resources, such as local policies and procedures. And you can think about organisations like the university or the hospital, systems like the electronic health record, and even your mobile phone as an extension of your mind. Good supervisors promote interactions that promote learning with all of these stakeholders. So a key question is, what actions can I take to build relationship with any of these actors? It starts with understanding the team and how it works. You can actively promote team activities. You can advocate for the team. Purposefully connect team members and problem solve their interactions. And you don't need to do all of this on your own. You can enlist help from other people with the same goal and work as a team to build the team. So it all starts on a personal level. Know your learners, who they are, where they're up to, and know something about them as a person. You can build icebreakers that help the team know each other. You can role model the team perspective and practice compassion to all the members of the team. One difficult area for learners is understanding and respecting boundaries between team roles or between private and public world. You can support this good respect of boundaries. So let's apply these principles to promoting relationships between peers. Understanding who they are, understanding who gets on and who doesn't, helps you build connections and problem-solve relationships. You can promote peer learning activities by using techniques such as pair and share, or getting peers to give feedback or to act as examiners in OSCE practice, for example. And most importantly, you can role model respect, inclusion, and interest in them as a person. The hidden curriculum is critical here. Reflect on any hidden messages and any implicit biases. Is there a gender imbalance in participation? Are there biases at play in the group, and how are you contributing to address this? And if there are some natural team builders in the team, enlist them to help. You can have a major role promoting interprofessional learning. Think carefully about your own practice first. What messages are you sending about teamwork? Do you involve the nurse looking after the patient, or do you ignore them on the ward round? Understanding the team is key. Where are the problems? Where are the opportunities? Introducing and empowering other professionals is powerful. For example, this is Sam, the diabetes educator. They're a great resource for learning about diabetes management. Make sure you spend some time with them if you have an opportunity. Promoting interprofessional learning activities like this while honouring the autonomy and the time commitments of other professionals can be tricky. This is something that's good to talk about them beforehand. You don't want to impose, but you do want to enable. But if you have a pharmacist or a dietitian that's keen to teach, you should really make the most of this. Building relationships with organisations is a bit more tricky. You definitely need to understand how they work, which can be complicated, And you need to be careful about tribalism and the hidden curriculum. Think about how often we hear doctors slagging off about the hospital administration or the university system, etc. This is really not helpful. I try and reality check and think how things would go if I was running the hospital. Connecting to the right person for support for a problem with rostering or parking or whatever problem is a skill. And it's important that we role model right speech in these situations and make sure that we are talking respectfully about the organisations that are important. Building relationships to systems and resources is not as obvious a task as it is with people, but it is important. You need to understand how systems like the electronic health record work and have good information retrieval skills yourself. But it's helpful to remember you don't have to know all the facts. You can connect the learners to the right resources. This helps them build interactions with, say, the antibiotics guidelines and reinforces good practice. You can also design activities that require them to go off and utilise these key resources. Increasingly, your phone's an extension of your mind. You don't have to remember everything, but we need to teach them to be able to access information efficiently. A good relationship with these resources helps. Doing all of this support work requires some advanced skills. It really does require some emotional intelligence and compassion, some advanced communication and negotiation, conflict resolution and advocacy skills. It's greatly supported by a good practice of reflection and of looking after yourself. If you need to build up these skills, say in conflict resolution, there are a lot of resources out there, but you should do it. It really pays off to build these skills as a supervisor. So to summarise, learning really is social, and facilitating social learning is a skill. Connecting people and resources and promoting team activities will enable learning on the term. Addressing the hidden curriculum and role modelling good practice is key. And work with the other team members to build a better and safer environment. So I hope you enjoyed this conversation and learned more about how to build the team. You may find other lectures in this series helpful on YouTube or Vimeo, and I've provided some link to some other references. Good luck and enjoy building your team.